Two things before we get into this video today. Boat giveaway. Brand new Express XP 160 $25,000 boat. We're giving away to one of our subscribers. The link to how to enter is in the description of this video. Be sure to do that. We are driving it to someone's house, I believe around Thanksgiving Day is the plan for that. Bass boat, duck boat. Next thing, limo jump coming at you. We're over halfway, as of today, over halfway to the 500,000 subscriber mark. We're at like 255 today. So we're halfway there. If we get to 500,000 before the end of 2020 deer season, we will literally jump this thing off of a quarry and just send her onto her grave. We're also going to convert her into a deer hunting blind before we do that. Full camo, gutting the insides out, and I'm gonna kill a deer out of that thing before the season's over, mark my words. So now let's get into the video. This is what the people want. Oh! Yeah! Woo! Did you hear that thump? That's a lot of kinetic energy, boy.
Look at that entry hole.
I'm getting pretty dialed.
4 inches.
Oh!
Yes!
Yes!
I knew that dart would perform right.
I don't know why I can't see or write things down right.
That's just right over there.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Sequin episode. As you can see, today we're doing a broadhead test. We've got 13 of probably the best broadheads out on the market right now. We got a mixture of mechanicals, 3-blade fixed blades, as well as single blade fixed blades. So the point of today is to put these through the multiple different tests. We're doing a penetration test, accuracy test. We even got like a $400 block of ballistics gel that we're going to do some slow motion footage through, kind of see the cavity that these things create. And then we're doing a durability test with some plywood, steel drum, and then whatever else we can shoot it at. Maybe the limo out there.
No. No.
That's going off the cliff.
So the goal with today's test is not necessarily to pick one winner because all these broadheads kind of have their different styles. They're going to be good at different things. But what we're going to do is pick probably 3 or 4 that we like, that we think stand out from these tests. And then we're all going to shoot them this hunting season. So we got about a month till season starts. We're going to get these broadheads and then put them through the real test of shooting some giant suburban deer. So Jay is going to be our shooter today. We all shoot a ton, but Jay is probably the most consistent. He's got ice water in his veins. So didn't you shot like the head off a dove at 30 yards last year?
Last year at the bean field.
Yeah. And then
Flying?
No, it was on the power line.
Well, it was in motion on the.
You were on the run.
Yeah.
You did a barrel.
He kept
roll.
bobbing. Yeah, he was cooing his
bobbing
head.
a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lee, we're just using his house. I don't know why he's here. And then we got Kendall, aka Ray.
AKA Ray, I'm just here to write stuff down straight.
Team statistician over there, the math magician himself. So let's get into it. Starting with the Rage Tri-Pan. It's a front deploying expandable. Sever, also a front deploying expandable. Nap Spitfire, very similar to the Rage, just a little bit different ferrule. G5 Dead Meat, it's a 3-blade front deploying expandable. Grim Reaper is one of the rear deploying expandables. Bipolar, this is a hybrid head. It's got a fixed blade and then also 2 rear deploying expandable blades. The Muzzy 1 and the Montec M3. These are both new for this year, and these are both metal injection molded heads. The QAD Exodus, which is, I guess, a 4-piece head, 3-blade fixed. The Annihilator, which is one I'm very curious about. This thing's new for this year. It is machined out of a solid piece of steel, and it's got this like weird cup design. So I'm pretty curious to see how that thing performs. The Cutthroat, that is a single blade. It's actually a single bevel head, meaning that the blades are only sharpened on one side. Then the Day 6 Evo, and then the Iron Will, and then this dart. First thing we're going to do is we're going to spin every single one of these broadheads. Just make sure they spin right out of the package. And then we're going to do a grain deviation test. Most of these are 100 grain broadheads. Some of the fixed blades are 125. We're not really concerned about how close they are to 100 and 125 because you're going to tune your bow and sight your bow in based on how heavy the broadhead is anyways. But what we care about is how little variance there is between the 3 broadheads. All right, you ready, Ray?
Ready.
All right, Rage Tri-Pan, 97.8.
It's on the light side.
97.2. 98.2. I knew I'd screw one of the heads up. This is not the Nap Spitfire, this is actually the Kill Zone.
Okay.
Iron Will. 126.8. 126.8. Could we have...
No way.
No.
Oh!
126.8!
Winner!
100% consistent on the Iron Wills.
Last but not least, my personal favorite, the Ultra Shot. It's an everyday man's broadhead. You get $2.99, you get 5 in a pack, so let's see how consistent they are.
Is that the 2020 version?
This is their new model, yeah. These are actually aren't on the market yet.
Hold on, let me do it this way. Here we go. 64.8.
No way.
64.8.
If this
No
is if it's if they're the exact same, I'm gonna lose it. Even just putting these on, I can like feel a huge difference in the sharpness of some of them.
Oh, yeah.
Like some of them are way duller than others.
All right, guys, I'll be doing the shooting today. I'm shooting my Hoyt RX4 at 29 inches at 70 pounds with a number 3 cam, shooting a 460 grain arrow. And yes, they are 2 different fletchings. One's all gray, and we have a gray and white. So we'll see what we can do with them.
All right, so the first shooting test we're gonna do is a penetration test on this big block of cardboard. Essentially what this is like 30 boxes clamped together. This is just gonna give us like a consistent density to shoot through. And we're gonna shoot every single arrow, and then we're gonna measure how much of the back end of the arrow is sticking out to see how much penetration we got. What this is also gonna show is how the blades, especially on the mechanical heads, how they open up as they go through the different layers of cardboard. So we're actually gonna unclamp this and peel each layer back and kind of see what the blade does as it goes through the first few layers.
Sure. Let's shoot some arrows, boys.
All right, let's go.
First up, Tri-Pan Rage.
Don't screw up.
I only got 3.
Ooh, wow.
First one in.
That was a little high, Jay. It was a little high.
That's not my fault.
Number 13, Will Iron.
Woo, got a hiss to it.
Well done.
All right.
And number
Y'all,
14, Ultra Shot. It's gonna happen. It's gonna work.
That should fly real nice. That should tune really well.
Again, number 14, Shot Ultra.
The people's choice.
Yeah! Woo! Did you hear that thump?
That's a lot of kinetic energy, boy.
Look at that entry hole.
Wait.
It's in there.
It is not the last place finisher. I will have you know that.
All right, Ray.
Impressive
Ray.
shooting.
We'll start calling them out here. 26 and a quarter.
So the higher the number, the worse the penetration.
26. 22 and a quarter. 23 and a quarter.
So which one was the lead one?
All right, Q80 Exodus is in the lead with 22 and a quarter arrows sticking out the back. Day 6 and Iron Will are at 23 for second place. Annihilator is at 23 and a quarter.
Fourth place?
Fourth place.
Nice.
Let's see. Montec M3, 23 and a half. Muzzy 1, 23 and 3/4. There's several at 23 and 3/4. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and unscrew all these arrows, leave the broadheads in the target, and we're gonna flip the target around and do a quartering shot. So we're gonna sit this thing at 45-degree angle and shoot all the mechanical broadheads into it and kind of see how these blades open when they impact on an angle.
You wanna put it behind or to the side?
I'd probably put it behind right there.
G5 Dead Meat, where are you? Are you here? Looking for G5 Dead Meat?
That did a lot better than the Rage.
Okay.
Way better.
That one was the
good.
best.
The Rage kicked the most by far, though.
I
Bipolar
wonder
is
if
probably
it's, I
second.
wonder if it's because I shot so far over this way.
I don't know. But I mean, I would say the Rage is like the most popular expandable broadhead, and
Is that it?
that's the biggest complaint with expandables is deflection.
That was it.
Yeah.
We just shot the quartering shots. We're taking apart the cardboard and peeling back each layer to kind of see what the blades did as they hit the target and kind of how they expand as they penetrate deeper. So right off the bat, the Rage had a big old slap cut on one side, but you can see that the inside angle
Struggled to
is
get
like
open.
barely open right there. Number 2 is the Sever, and on this test and the other side, it doesn't open fully on the first layer.
Opened up way better on the other side.
It's but it's still not. It should be as wide as the Rage or really close to it, and it's not on the outside layer. Kill zone, pretty good. Again, like the inside angle blade is not open all the way. It doesn't look like the outside blade is open fully either.
It's a little slap.
A little bit shorter than the Rage. And then we got the bipolar over here.
Yeah, those are fixed.
Those are the fixed blades, and then these. This is where like the tips of the other blades hit, and they're not fully open. I don't know what's going on with this Sever. It's like taking a chunk out of the center.
There's actually a piece of something right there.
It's almost like it.
The O-ring of it or something.
There's an O-ring or something
Yeah.
that popped out of it there.
I wonder if the material is getting like pinched or something by the blades.
That is a,
Yeah.
See, that's what I don't love about this design. Look how much dull blade, which is used to deploy the blade, is blocking the sharp edge of the blade. Like you're losing half of the cutting surface.
Yeah. So instead of cutting the box on the inside, it was pushing
It's
it.
pushing, yeah, and it's gonna do the same thing on a
constantly
deer.
pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, this
It is
right
closing.
blade is closing up, which I swear I've had that happen on animals. Like the one I shot last year, it was open, like it was a good entry hole, but then the exit was tiny.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Right.
I've had
And I
that
swear
happen.
the blades, like something happens, they get rattled around inside the rib cage and they shut.
Dang.
The dead meat definitely has the
Penetrated
best
the bone.
penetration.
The penetration wasn't fast. It's got a decent cut on it too.
So for the expandables, definitely the most penetration here.
Yep. Second was the bipolar.
Yeah.
But also,
But
this
way less cutting
smallest
diameter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Way less cutting diameter.
But I mean, in my opinion, it's plenty. But the question becomes like, is it necessary to shoot a mechanical with this cutting diameter?
Because it's
Why not
only
just
a
shoot a
tad
fixed
bit
blade?
more.
Should have fixed.
So the bipolar's got real good penetration as far as the expandables go.
It's also a hybrid head too.
I know.
So it should outperform the.
But it doesn't open until
I know.
5
It's
layers deep.
delayed in opening.
Yeah, but the 5 layers is only,
But you are getting that for sure cut out of that hybrid though when it goes in. But there was a delay in the expansion of it.
All right. So now we're
Let's
starting.
look at those blades.
All right. Here's the dead meat. There's
Collar.
There's
They're
the
not-
collar, which is expected to come off.
Those blades aren't open all the way.
No, it's not at all.
I don't understand.
Look, I can still close the.
Yeah. No, that's
That doesn't make
definitely.
any sense.
Yeah. Let's pull that out and lock it out and see. Cause we were thinking that while it was flying through here that it was not fully deployed. Push it all the way back and lock it.
So in order for it to work, the blades have to slide back like that.
They
They
never.
didn't
They
slide
never
back.
went
even
all the way
slid
back.
The only thing I'm kind of wondering about the Muzzy and the Montec is it's metal injection molded, so it's not made from a solid piece of steel like this is. Like this starts as a chunk of steel and then they
Right.
shave it down, they cut it down. This they take powdered metal
Melted.
and inject the powdered metal dry into a mold, and then they like superheat it to make it form into a solid piece. So I don't think that's going to be quite as strong as like a solid piece of SV30 steel like this.
Y'all can hold it.
Moment we've been waiting for.
All right, so
Ballistics
The old
test.
ballistics gel. So we've got what, 6? Do you have 6 or 7?
We have 6.
Yeah. So what we're trying to do, we want like a clear shot of this channel, the cut channel. So we're only going to do like 6 shots to start with. We want to have enough separation between each shot. We're doing the slow motion camera from the side. So we're going to pick like the top 6 so far, a couple from each category, and start with those at least.
So, Trypan, Killzone, Reaper, Exodus, Annihilator, Day 6.
All right,
Y'all
let's shoot
happy
him.
with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
A hot shot for last. Ultra shot for last. The working man's head.
Rage Tri-Pan.
Okay.
So the Q80 Exodus won the penetration on this again, even against the Day 6, which is 125 grains, versus all the other ones, which are 100 grain. So
Which is very surprising.
yeah, I thought the Day 6 was gonna come out on top.
Very surprising.
Come over here and look straight down on it. One of the blades is not fully deployed. The left side looks like it's fully deployed, but the right side is kind of canted back. And that's the same thing that we saw on the cardboard
Yep.
test. You can
Yep.
tell that one blade wasn't fully deployed. And I've seen that in several of the deer that I've shot with it too. So
The Grim Reaper, though, visually looks like it has the most just devastating
greatest
channel,
wound channel.
for sure.
It's like throwing an axe through a.
Yeah,
Dude.
but I mean, you're giving up penetration.
and you can tell
So-
also the Grim Reaper blades don't open up until
No.
like 3 inches, 2 inches.
And
in.
they waver.
Yep.
Open, narrow, more narrow, and then
The-
back open.
Kill zone is about flawless as far as the blades opening.
It's been pretty good all around too.
Yeah. Penetration less than the Rage, a little bit more than the Grim Reaper, obviously less than the fixed blades. But that Exodus so far is
Pretty impressive.
looking pretty good. I want to see how it
so
flies.
for the Annihilator, I don't really believe in that opening the wound
Yeah.
channel thing.
No.
Let's
I-
watch this footage back in slow motion. You can kind of see how it's like creating this cavity channel, but it didn't really help it on that penetration.
Like I get
so-
the idea of it, the concept of it. I just,
Yeah.
me personally, I would not shoot it.
It's too small to me.
Way too small.
Now we've just realized that we think we can slide some more heads in here without causing any problems. So we're about to shoot as many as we can.
Yeah.
We can shoot the majority
We
of
can
them.
just
Yeah.
see how many we can fit in there.
I think we got room.
Let's keep slinging them.
Ooh.
Stuck
Yeah,
in there.
broke off.
got it.
And now the blades are vertical,
Apparently.
and it's the worst penetrating one of, well, second to worst. Man, I'm surprised that the Iron Will and the Day 6 didn't smoke the
I
rest
thought
of them.
that they would have been, for sure, the best penetrating.
They're close. I mean, they're up there.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
the-
they do great, but I mean, it's not, like, that's,
I want to shoot another Exodus and see what it does.
I mean, that's
Grab
a
another
night,
Exodus.
night and day difference.
only 3. Exodus number 2. Same thing.
Not
Yeah,
as,
It
but,
didn't go
It's-
as far in.
but that's
it's
also,
close.
it's also already been shot before. So it's not as sharp as the other one was.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But that's still a lot further than a lot of the other ones. I still have faith in the Ultra Shot.
Shoot the Seek 1.
It's the fan favorite, the working man's broadhead. The
Ultra
Ultra
Shot.
Shot. Pack of 5, $2.99. Dollar General. Oh, I love the way it slaps. Look at it. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that wound channel.
Cemented in time right there.
Dude.
32 from right here. You want to shoot from 30? 32, it's fine.
I'll shoot from 32.
All right, accuracy test. This is not going to be scientific because we don't have a machine to shoot super consistent shots. But we've shot enough to know and kind of feel if the broadhead's not flying right.
If I was James Jean, I'd shoot that dart out of the air.
I won't put the pressure on you, but if you don't give me a good shot, I'm going to shoot you.
Day in the morning.
That was not a good shot.
Felt good.
So I would,
Didn't look
I would
good.
say-
Right in the titty.
Give it the-
Single dot, left. Middle. Which one was that one? Yeah, that one flew awesome.
This clip must hold these together. We just had the NAP fall apart when I pulled it out. I'm not sure what's going on here, but
All right, last test. The most fun test by far, durability. First off, we're shooting into the 1/2 inch thick plywood, and this is pretty close to shooting through like a deer scapula or rib cage or something like that. So we're going to start shooting through this, and whichever ones make it through this without getting too damaged to shoot again, we're going to shoot that steel drum right there.
Dead meat, plywood. Bipolar.
Ooh.
Iron wheel. Cutthroat.
I'll be honest. What? I think they are all fine. Ooh. That fry pan looks bent.
Yeah, it is. Wow, that just...
Got one more right here.
Ooh, uh-oh. That's not good for the Exodus.
Alright, let's flop it up.
The Exodus is coming apart.
Alright, start up here. Get this out of the way. We'll go all the way down. Cutthroat, obviously.
Perfect.
Perfect. Still sharp.
Same with the Annihilator.
Yep, the Annihilator. Good.
Surprisingly, that one stayed intact. I thought those blades would have come off.
Yeah. Muzzy 1 is
Solid.
but it's very dull.
Iron wheel.
Solid.
Solid.
Sharp.
Expected to be solid, yes, still sharp. Good head.
Day 6, same story.
Yep. The only reason we're showing this one is because it's been a pretty top
It's been
performer.
a front runner.
Yeah.
But it's starting to pop.
Separate.
The blades are starting to separate backwards below the tip. So, but it's still sharp.
This is what the people want. This is why I had y'all over to my house. Shoot this bad boy.
Annihilator. Alright, so this is everybody that went through.
The Day 6 almost went all the way through.
Yeah. So, almost everybody went through. The M3 performed like it was supposed to. The Muzzy 1 performed like it was supposed to. The Annihilator performed like it was supposed to. The Iron Wheel and the Day 6 and the Exodus all exited the way that they were supposed to.
How does the Exodus blade look?
Well, yeah, there is
It
3
looks
holes
good.
there.
Looks like it should.
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say it's pretty safe to say that the Exodus has probably outperformed.
It's in the top 3 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say outperformed, but it's top 3 for sure.
Exodus top 3. I'd throw the Day 6 in the top 3 as well.
Yeah, I mean, the Day 6 and the Iron Wheel are.
They're just
Very, very
hand in
similar.
hand.
They
I mean,
are.
it's close.
They're both really
I
good.
don't know what the price point is on them. There may be a different price point. I'm not sure, but they're very similar.
The Bipolar tried to come out. One
it
blade
did.
popped out and the other ones didn't.
Oh, but check this out.
Oh, is that?
Golly,
That's actually pretty cool looking.
It went in and it slapped. Remember it slapped real bad?
Yeah.
When it hit? I
So-
really did get cut. What the crap?
man, we almost made it through the whole test
I
without
know.
getting cut.
I think it was the barrel that cut me. I'll shoot it real quick.
All right, we just finished up putting these heads to the test. We beat them up and did all the. I don't know what else we could have done with them, but
Honestly, some of them we probably could have kept shooting at that drum until
For a while.
for a long time before they fell apart.
But what we're gonna do is kind of group our best and our worst and our kind of middle of the road broadheads. So
Yep.
where do you guys want to start?
Let's just start and run through
We'll start with the worst ones. The Bipolar. Couple things. I personally don't like the front deploying broadheads.
Right.
And you saw it in the penetration test on the cardboard where the blades stick into the cardboard and they don't open until they get like 2 or 3 inches into the whatever you're shooting. Penetration wasn't great on this.
It was about middle of the road.
Middle of the
Probably
road.
middle
It's
about
not-
everything.
yeah.
So not the worst.
I'd
and not
put
the
that
best.
middle.
Also,
middle of the road.
all these broadheads are going to kill an animal.
Yes.
It's just how efficient and
Yeah.
how reliable are they going to be?
Yeah, and how picky are you as a hunter?
Yeah, which we should be. I mean,
Yes.
if we can pick one that's better than the rest, then you definitely should.
Absolutely.
Sever, people have been hyping this thing up like crazy.
Didn't do that
I'm
great.
not behind the hype at all.
Did not do
Didn't see it.
great.
I don't like the idea behind how the blades open because essentially these little tabs that open the blades, they're blocking the cutting surface for half the blade. Penetration wasn't very good.
They're
Even on
also
the ballistics
locking
gel,
out like
yeah,
this.
the
I mean,
ballistics
you
gel, the
can't-
blades were vertical when it stopped.
It's
So-
stuck right there. Like you can't get it
Yeah, they're
out of
stuck.
that
Like
position.
I don't even know how you reshoot this thing.
And that's the
'Cause they're
last
just-
one. The other two are trash right now.
Yeah.
So that didn't.
I'd throw that one kind of in the bottom.
The nap kill zone, I was impressed with until it started. They all started falling apart.
Yeah, I was too.
Blades open very consistently. Awesome cutting diameter, good penetration, but that little screw in the middle on all three of them
Backs
fell
out.
out, and then there's like a little metal tab in there that also broke. So I'm not risking having that thing fall apart in my quiver.
We were just
Yeah.
handling them and they fell
Yeah,
apart.
all three of these fell apart, and the first one fell apart in the block, in the target. So that's crazy.
I would throw
So
the
that's down there.
I would throw the dead meat in there as
Yeah.
something I probably wouldn't shoot. I mean, it got demolished in the barrel. It ripped all the blades off and broke it in half. But it's like it's an expandable broadhead, and the point of an expandable broadhead is like you want a lot
Oh.
of cutting diameter.
Yeah.
But this just like it's not. It doesn't have a cutting diameter like an expandable
The
should.
blades weren't opening like
It
they
got
were supposed
decent
know.
to.
penetration, but it did not fully deploy.
No.
Like 70% deployed. So if that's okay with you,
It flew like a dart though.
then it flies good.
It flies
it cut
good,
okay, and the
but
penetration
it
was
cuts
good.
like a broadhead, like a
Yeah.
fixed blade.
But it straight fell apart though.
Yeah.
It did, yeah. It
So
did.
not like terrible, but it's definitely not.
Yeah, so I'd put that probably right
Top.
in. Yeah, right in
in the
here.
middle.
Yeah, it's kind of there.
This one's at the end for me.
So let's look at the Muzzy 1 and the Montec M3. Both pretty good heads. I mean, they performed really
Very
good on
similar.
penetration.
But you said these did not fly as well.
No,
Something
the Muzzy
about-
one flies better.
Something about this M3 with the solid blade design, it must have been like catching air and knuckleballing a little bit.
It was.
Again, we didn't do like a very scientific accuracy test.
No, and my
But-
bow hasn't been tuned since turkey season. I don't, I didn't have time to go do it. So if I could just pick one up and shoot it, it'd be the one over the M3.
I do think the M3 held its blade, its sharpness better.
I think it came sharper.
Really.
I'm disappointed in Muzzy with that. They did not.
But even after shooting through the plywood and the barrel, the
Yeah.
M3 is sharper.
Annihilator was kind of hyped up about it. Not gonna
Yeah, I was
lie,
just-
this was my choice going into it.
We're just curious.
But after kind of seeing it, like I don't really believe in the opening of that channel, and I think it's just such a small broadhead. It's tiny, teeny
Yeah,
tiny.
If it flared out more, you would think it would
I just don't.
like a bigger hole.
I'm sure some people love it and it works for them, but me personally, that's not really something I'd be
Probably
super
the most
excited to shoot.
durable broadhead.
Super
that's
durable, yeah,
Yeah.
super.
You could
super
punch
durable.
that thing through the barrel 100 times. And
I think
you'd
you
be
would.
still
I think this
shooting.
will shoot through most deer.
Yeah, 100%.
But
That
it's
will
just-
that will
it's
kill
just-
the snot out of
you know,
here, but
it's just gonna punch a small hole.
yeah.
Keep that one out of there for a second. So
Kind of similar thing for me.
getting into the upper mid-range of what we liked, the cutthroat, super durable,
It's a
super
great
sharp,
head, but
Yeah.
good penetration, but not as good as penetration as the Day 6 or the Iron Will.
Middle of the pack penetration.
yeah.
Doesn't have the bleeder blades like the Iron Will or the Day
Right.
6 does.
So you got two. You
Uh,
got
So in my opinion, that eliminates it.
Yep.
It's close, but
It's a solid head. It'll kill deer, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not something I'm gonna pick up at the store.
Grim Reaper,
I liked the
super
Grim
old
Reaper.
school,
Yeah.
would destroy a deer.
yeah.
But again, I just don't like the front deploying very much. I just feel like there's too much that could go wrong, especially on like a quartering shot. But I mean, it'll kill deer. There's no doubt about that.
It'll kill.
The
deer,
wound channel
for
and
sure.
the ballistics gel was crazy on that.
It was the best one,
Just 'cause
For
it's
sure.
So big.
but the blades did rip off through the barrel. So
They did
It
rip
shot
off.
pretty well too.
Yeah.
However, the ferrule is still together, and I did snap this arrow off. That did not. It didn't break off in the barrel. That's a titanium ferrule, and it held together pretty good. So if you can get past the blades, it's pretty decent, expandable.
All right, to the top picks.
top four.
Top four right here.
Rage
So,
Tri-Pan.
Rage Tri-Pan was and has always been a pretty solid performer as far as expandables go. Pretty durable compared to the rest of them. Good penetration. The only complaint that I had in the test today was the blades don't always open consistently.
Yeah.
And I've had that issue with deer too.
Well, it's like they would also close up once they've entered
Yeah.
too.
And that's something we can't test is like consistency. We're not shooting enough today to like really get
No.
a
Yeah.
good feel for little mistakes that might happen. So just from years of shooting those, they kind of scare me. but if you're willing to take that risk,
yeah. I mean, they've done really well for me, but I've also had just bad things happen with them where I'm like, man, I really wish I'd shot a fixed blade.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I would put this up there as one of the front runners if you're shooting an expandable, but
top 2-blade expandable.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
say that's probably top of the line for a
I like
2-blade only expandable.
I like the thicker blades that gives it a little more
And the
durability.
titanium ferrule held up really good.
So,
Yeah.
solid broadhead for sure.
Yeah.
These I would say are definitely our top 3.
Yeah.
And
So the Exodus
surprising.
was doing very
Surprising,
well.
yeah.
Very surprising.
Best penetrator.
Which for me, like when I was just looking at all the broadheads in there, I would not have picked that one out and been like, that's going to be in the top 3 for sure.
Never
Yeah.
would have.
It was
No.
pretty surprising to me. So that was that was pretty neat.
The only thing that I didn't like was shooting the plywood, the blades pulled back from the head on that
Yeah.
one. But then
It
that
did.
one of those went through the
Through the
barrel,
barrel
and
and
it
did fine.
It was fine.
Yeah.
So that's a solid head right there. Iron Will and Day 6.
Tit for tat.
Those so
I don't really know how you could kind of
Me either.
differentiate
just
too much.
Just to be clear, they're both 125 grain, but the Day 6 is a wider cut.
Mhm.
And Day 6 has a 100 grain broadhead too. It looks just exactly the same, just smaller, and it probably would have penetrated better than any of these broadheads out here. But it's just a little bit too small for what I like to shoot. But I mean, they're so similar. Like I don't even think you
Very
can.
similar. I don't really think you could pick one or the other of saying this one's definitely better than this one.
Yeah, but
They flew great too. I mean, when you get them tuned right,
Yeah.
I mean they're silent through the air, and it sounds like it looks like just a dart flying
It does,
through there.
yeah.
But
It feels good too. Solid.
I would also say that these would probably be some of the ones that would last through the barrel the longest too. That you can just keep shooting at 'em.
100%.
Yeah.
Those two in there now.
And I like
when they
the
cut through.
bleeders that they have on them too.
Yep.
For sure.
but we did have
We had a couple of them
one,
knuckle
like
on
that
us.
just planed off.
Planed off. Yep.
And I don't, you have to get your arrows and your bow tuned perfectly for fixed blades
Yep.
like that, single blades. So, you can shoot 5 in a row that shoot perfect, and then all of a sudden
Got
one
one.
flies 8 inches off. So that's one thing that scares me a little bit
Might.
with single blades. But
Probably need to true those to each arrow that
Yeah.
you shoot. Don't just screw it on the arrow and put it in the quiver and
make
go
sure
hunting.
you're spinning your arrows before you go out and hunt with them.
Yeah. All that being said, we're not really siding with one way or the other. I mean, there's going to be people out there that have had great experiences with expandables, and they've got their head they swear by. And I'm not trying to sway anyone out of using those if it didn't perform well in this test. Same with the fixed blades. Like, people swear by fixed blades and won't touch expandables. We wanted a neutral ground of just like shooting the arrows, see how they perform in these tests. We're not sponsored by any broadhead company right now. I don't know. Anything else you guys want to throw in there?
I would have to sleep on which one I would actually take.
Honestly,
in the
I
morning
would
if was
too.
Going. I mean, I don't.
I say
It'd be
we
one of
all
the top
shoot.
4.
I say we all shoot.
I
those
think we're going to take
top
the
picks.
top 3 or 4
The top
heads
3 or 4, yeah.
and try them out this year like crazy and shoot them on live animals and see how it performs.
Yep.
So,
I'm tired.
I'm worn out. That was a lot. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hunting season is right around the corner, so we're about to be dropping some of our hunting videos from last year. I know y'all been messaging us like crazy about those videos, so we're gonna be dropping those soon. We're doing a hog hunt out of a helicopter next week in Texas, which should be pretty sweet. Besides that, again, this bass boat that literally we're on right now is going to be given away sometime in November. You said probably around like Thanksgiving.
Well, before duck season.
Yeah,
So
before
you'll
duck
have time
season,
to hook it up, put some fuel in it, and
and let her rip.
go get them.
And we're going to drive it to y'all's house. To enter to win is in the link of this in the description of this video. The other thing too that we're closing on quickly is a limo jump, and that's just going to be utterly absurd. So I think it's going to happen a lot quicker than we thought as well.
How's it gonna happen?
Still got.
500,000.
We still got.
500,000 subs by the end of 2020. We're already at like 255 right now.
Yeah.
We've picked up 100,000 in like the last month and a half. It's been insane. So I think a lot of people want to see it happen. But we're gonna have fun with it before we do that. We're gonna convert it into a hunting machine, probably spray paint it camo, and we're gonna kill a deer at the quarry out of it this year.
I'm so down with that.
It's gonna happen. That's it. Appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't subscribed to us, do us a favor, click that subscribe button, like this video, share it with your friends, leave us a comment. That's all I got, guys. That was exhausting. Y'all did great. I just kind of sat back and watched.
Great job, team.
Woo! I had some fun.
I miss Ray. I wish Ray was
I
still
know.
here.
Ray left. Dang it, Ray.
Team Ray.